Hi, Alex Recaps here. Today I will tell you about a movie where a wealthy surgeon falls in love with his housekeeper, not suspecting how his life will turn upside down. The film begins with a demonstration of the successful life of a young man who became the first Turkish president of the International Union of Surgeons. Cheerful Zenith cleans Jen's apartment while he discusses a complicated operation at work. Zenith's sister calls and says that the owner has changed lock in the house and she can't get inside. Head of hospital Baron is looking forward to meeting with Jean at a party to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the hospital. However, Jean does not want to meet with her. A friend advises him come to the party with someone so that Baron does not hope to have a relationship with him. At night, arriving home, he discovers a sleeping stranger and learns from assistant that she is his cleaning lady. In the morning, Jean is waiting for an explanation. Excited, Zenith apologizes that was forced to stay because they had to pay for their sister's studies and did not have enough money for rent, and the owner changed the lock. She assures that before, when he was not in the apartment, she did not spend night here. Jean learns the amount of her debt and proposes to her to be a companion for an evening. She agrees and asks him for a get acquainted with her friend's medical history and find out if something can be done. Jean opens case and sees that this is a difficult case. Baron comes in to make sure that they will see each other again at the party. Dr. Jean sends his chauffeur to take Zenith to a designer and stylist. In the evening, when he sees Zenith, he is speechless. Baron, who hoped that he came alone, once became disappointed. Zenith is worried because she does not know how to behave and may dishonor him. He asked her to just call him Jean and compliments her. He promises her that there will stay just couple of hours and leave. He introduces her to his boss, his wife and manager. Jean introduces Zenith as the owner of a cleaning company. He introduces her to his friend Tufan, an anesthesiologist who wants to know her number, but Jean does not give him. He saves her from interrogations about the cleaning company and then says his speech and thanks his colleagues. Mr. Hamby asked to applaud the princess who turned him into a handsome prince. Tufan tries to woo her in every possible way, but Jam takes her away to dance. Baron watches them jealously. Unexpectedly, Mr. Hamby invites them to visit him on the island and does not accept refusals. They board to his private jet. It turns out that Zenith has never flown on airplanes and she's very afraid, so Jean holds her hand. They arrive on the island only in the morning. Jean apologizes to Zenith that everything didn't went out as planned. She's not upset but thanks him for the fact that she's living something that she did not even dream of in a hotel room. They go to sleep on different corners of the bed. Waking up, Jean does not find Zenith and finds out that she is in the garden. He follows her and sees that she's gathering herbs there. He looks at her with admiration and informs her that he examined the case and would really like to help her friend, but the likelihood to leave the operation alive 50, and he recommends not to risk the remaining days of life for Zenith. Is hard to hear this at home. Hamby is glad to have found someone who appreciates his garden. After breakfast, they go for a walk. Jean buys Zenith a ring that she likes. Zenith recommends that he take a break from work, but Jean is convinced that if he stops then someone's life will stop. She says that he sacrifices his life. Jean is surprised to learn that she doesn't take pictures because she doesn't want to miss the moment. He has to take just one photo on his phone. Then they enjoy the beautiful view. Girl likes the house on the hill which Jean sees is destroyed, but she mentally begins to restore and decorate. He learns that she lives with her sister and helps her study, as her parents died in a car accident. After this incident, she realized that there is no insurance in life and no one knows what will happen tomorrow. Therefore, she tries to enjoy the moments of life as best how she can. Zenith in the evening amazes everyone with the ability to cook deliciously. Ham's wife again asked about her work. Zenith does not know how to lie, so she admits that she does not have a cleaning company. They find out that she's working as a cleaner in Mr. Jean's house. She wants to apologize, but Jean himself comes to her and asks for forgiveness for putting her in a stupid situation. In the morning, they arrive in the city. Jean goes with Hamby to work and Zenith goes home. A friend asks her how it was and she jokes that he offered to marry her and then tells the truth. Her sister comes and tells the good news. It turns out that she was accepted and she leaves to America Tooth in a surprise that Jean is eating in nature. He sees that something is wrong with him and comes to the conclusion that Jean has fallen in love. In the hospital, everyone notices that he has become more caring and considerate. Sina and her friend prepare a surprise for her sister from her favorite things from childhood. A friend asks when she will tell her sister about what she needs to know. Sien wants to do it in a week. When her sister completes the project, their conversation is interrupted by a call from Jean. She learns that he found a bag of herbs that she forgot in the car and decided to cook them, but failed. Girl worries about him and is going to come and clean up the kitchen. He sends chauffeured her. Jane decides to help her and they begin to clean up together, but at this moment they give vent to their feelings. The next day, Jane looks at her photo during a break. Tufan sees this and finds out that they were together at night. In the evening, Baron comes to Jean's house to celebrate his position. He is urgently called to work. He leaves, leaving her alone in his apartment. In the morning, Zenith comes to clean up and runs into Baron, who pretends to have spent the mag. The Jean Zenith believes in tears. Chan learns about what happened and comes to her house. He explains everything and asks to trust him. Zenith understands him, but in tears she says that she does not have time that can give him. She repeats his words about the diagnosis. Jan learns that it was not about her friend, but about her. Zine was about to leave to spend her last days, as the doctor recommended, and asks him to let her Go, but Jean loves her so much that decides to draw everything and leave with her. From that day on, they begin to spend time together enjoying life. They stand in the rain. He promises that he will never forget to smell the rain in the morning. Jan tells her that he found a way out. He decides to try a new method. Tufan does not support his risk. The sister is angry that Zenith did not tell her about the illness. She begs her not to leave her alone. During a meeting, Jan waits for support. Tufan is against. Baron expresses his opinion that he cannot risk the name of the hospital for the sake of his personal interests. He tells her that the opinion of the press does not bother him and leaves. Zenith shows his sister a gift that they have prepared with a friend. Having hugged your sister, she tells her pleasant moments from the memories and admits that she fell in love with the man. She believes that this is what life is all about. One day it is thought of as infinity. Zenith is being prepared for surgery. Without the consent of Jean's colleagues, he asks him not to blame himself whatever the outcome and not to forget to smell the earth after the rain. They confess their love to each other. Baron finds out that Jean took a risk and calls to check. Jean tells her that he takes full responsibility, is very worried and wants to concentrate. He almost loses her, but her heart starts beating again. All right, 3 months later, they live in that house on the hill that she liked. Zenith decorates the house with flowers. They have breakfast together. Her sister is due to arrive in the evening. Jan goes to the market for groceries. It's starting to rain. This moment is the last in her life. He inhales the smell of the earth after the rain, as requested by his beloved. The film ends with a demonstration of happy moments from their lives. Here movie ends. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow at the same time.